Why Arnold Schwarzenegger didn't return for Terminator 4.
Hasta la vista, baby.
It'd be fair to say that Terminator is the role that has kept Arnie relevant to this day. Well, we saw the last of his T-800 in Terminator Dark Fate. But still, a Terminator is certainly what comes to our mind when we think of Arnold. Yes, there are more bad Terminator films than good ones now. The last two films in particular had the budget and the star cast to do well, but the franchise just couldn't come up with any fresher narratives. Terminator Genisys was a rehashed version of Rise of the Machines, and Terminator Dark Fate was a revamped version of Genisys. Skynet kept coming back with new names. In the case of Dark Fate, it was turned into Legion. But keeping these stale storylines aside, we still have to applaud what Arnie did for the franchise. Just because the films were bad doesn't mean that Arnold did not do well as the cybernetic organism. While the last two Terminator films did not pull off anything innovative, there was one film that totally did. And it was none other than Terminator Salvation. This one was unique in its own right. It explored a world that had been taken over by machines. But still, it was neither a critical success nor commercial. It had a great cast with Sam Worthington and Christian Bale leading the film. Bale had just starred in The Dark Knight, and Worthington appeared in Avatar in the same year. But even their star power couldn't resurrect the franchise in 2009 because the Arnold factor was missing. Terminator is a franchise that cannot be imagined without the big Austrian. Sure, there was a scene with CGI Arnold T-800, but that doesn't count as Arnold didn't play the part. So why didn't Arnie return for the fourth Terminator movie? The film might have done better if he was involved. Terminator 3 wasn't a huge success, but it still grossed over $400 million thanks to Arnie playing the part. So he really should have been in Salvation, because he also had a film left in his contract. But he didn't return, simply because he just didn't have time for it. Before the release of Terminator Rise of the Machines in 2003, Arnold was elected as the governor of California. He didn't leave the office until 2011 when his second term ended. His schedule as governor was extremely packed and he couldn't make time for even a small cameo in Terminator Salvation. That's why we had to look at a CGI Arnold in T4. But sadly, even his return to the franchise did not solve any problems. Dark Fate acted as a nail to the coffin because it lost over $120 million for the studios. And now, we're not even seeing good old Arnie returning in any upcoming films. Maybe he could pull off what Stallone has been doing with the superhero films. Sly showed up in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and will have a bigger role in upcoming MCU films. He is also voicing King Shark in the Suicide Squad. So if Arnie could appear in one of the upcoming superhero projects, let's see how things turn out for him. How did you guys find Terminator Salvation? Could Arnold have saved it? Tell us your thoughts in the comments. And make sure that you like and follow us on Facebook and subscribe to us on YouTube for more exclusive content. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.